Welcome to Canton Prom 2025. My name is Lucas Tyndall.
And I'm Danny Williams.
And we are here to benefit the Canton Palace Theatre. We are so excited to be here tonight. We have a lot going on here. We are at the Canton Onesto Event Center here tonight. It is beautiful as always.
It's always beautiful. It's always beautiful in here.
Yes, there's a lot going on. So we're going to have some wonderful people coming up to the red carpet. It is another Lucas Live Media red carpet experience. If you're watching this live or by replay, stay tuned. You may be on this red carpet and you're now home and you're like, I want to see how I looked. You look beautiful, okay? Don't judge yourself. Don't say, I don't like my voice and I don't like how I looked. You look beautiful. You sound amazing. And if you're someone who has donated to one of these couples tonight, you should be watching this proudly because your donation made a difference. What the Canton Palace Theatre does for this community and means to this community is something very, very special.
Absolutely.
Danny.
I agree. They're doing so much to rebuild and extend the palace. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited that something so historic and just, you know, Canton is able to just bring more memories and more life to our community. So shout out to the palace, shout out to the Onesto, and shout out to everybody that sees fit to support something like this.
And shout out to our Lucas Live Media sponsor tonight, IBEW. We want to thank them for being our Lucas Live Media sponsor, Local 540. Thank you for that tonight. They made it possible for us to be here because it is very expensive to have Lucas Live Media. I'm just kidding. At any of your events. You know. I mean, we're not cheap. You know what I mean? It's millions.
You gotta have a little bang to your butt.
I mean, you gotta bags and bags and bags of money. Your bank account has to be overflowing. No, we're just kidding. We really love and care about this community, though, as you guys know. And like you said, I love what you said about the fact that it is going to give people an opportunity to build more memories.
Yes.
Because there's so many people, generations after generation, have built memories. I remember going as a child and looking up at the starry ceiling.
Right?
I think it was Peter and the Wolf we got to go see, and I was just mesmerized.
School.
Yes.
I remember back in the day there was the Martin Luther King talent show.
Yes.
That used to happen there.
Yes.
And so it's a staple in our community. It's a staple in our city. So I'm just excited to see us still keeping it up and running and going and visiting. And you know, they do always have movies and showings happening at the palace. So just because this might not be advertised to you, hey, it's out there.
It's happening.
Go
Pay
check
attention.
it out.
And make sure you're following them here on Facebook. Follow their social media pages because that's how you're going to stay up to date. The reason a lot of times you may not know what's going on is because you're not following them. So make sure you're followed today, right now, and share this broadcast right now with one of your friends. Hit the share button. Even if you're watching this replay, hit the share button so you can share it with somebody or hit at someone, at one of your friends or family members or all of them, or share it to a group that you know so that more people can watch this broadcast either right now live or one day in the future by replay because it's so important. And you can always donate and give to the Canton Palace Theatre. Tonight is a night where we're going to raise a lot of money, but they're always raising money because they're always doing great things for this community, and we want to be a part of that. Tonight you guys are going to see Georgia, the executive director of the Palace Theatre tonight. Tonight you're going to see board members. Tonight you are going to see couples, beautiful couples, who are trying to be prom king and queen.
For a good cause.
For a good cause. And the way they're going to be prom king and queen is not out of a popularity contest, although they must be awfully popular to raise large amounts of money, because the couple that raises the most money tonight is going to be the couple that is dubbed prom king and queen, and we cannot wait to see who's going to win that tonight. You guys are going to find out about that a little bit later down the road. You guys are going to have to follow the Palace Theatre page to find out who's going to win later tonight. But we're going to bring on our first couple tonight. We are excited to meet our first couple. We're looking over. I see the husband looking over at us, and he's trying to find his wife. She disappeared, but they're coming over. Look at they look shocked. They're like, we didn't even know. They didn't know. Come on in the middle here, you two.
You guys
come on
look great
in the
tonight.
middle. They look amazing.
Lovely, lovely. I love your dress.
This amazing couple. Tell us your name and tell us why you guys got involved. First, we'll tell your name and then your name.
I'm Pete Vandervaart.
I'm Laura Vandervaart.
And then tell us why you guys wanted to get involved with this tonight.
Well, I got involved because she got involved. So.
That's how most husbands get involved in most things, everybody. It's like, why are you here? I just showed up at the wedding.
My wife told me to come.
I know. I just ended up here. It's been 22 years. I don't know how I got
twice. Might have to catch the cue. No. Tell us why you thought it was important to bring your husband out and for you to come. And I heard that you're also running for prom king and queen. So tell us about that.
So we received an email. Well, actually, I I received an email.
Okay.
And then I told him.
He's just here.
But yeah, Georgia, like you just mentioned, sent me a message and asked if I had that we had been nominated to try and raise money for this, and anything we try and do for the community, we want to try and do. And I think that's kind of why we were nominated. We get involved a lot. So we said absolutely whatever we can do to help. We felt a little out of our element with some of the things that, just being like a guest bartender and, stuff like that. But a lot of people came together, supported us, and all for a wonderful cause. So we're excited to see how close we got to the goal.
I love that. Listen, what does it take to be nominated? What does one have to do to be nominated?
I have no idea.
She doesn't know.
I have no idea.
Somebody thinks you have friends, and
you have to have some friends.
I have no idea their reasoning behind it. It was kind of an email, the board talking, and somehow our names got thrown into the mix. Maybe they knew we would jump in and say yes right away.
Special people.
So, I don't know.
So when I think about this, I think it's one thing to be nominated for an award, and you're going to go sit in an audience and get called on stage, and they're going to shower you with gifts and say thank you for all you already did for the community or whatever it is. It's another thing to be nominated to do more work. Okay, because that's what you guys were nominated to do, all right? Let's not be confused, all right? They said, can you join us in raising money and calling all your friends and squeezing their pockets and shaking them upside down and getting the change out, right? That's kind of what happened here, right? So what made you say yes? Because really, at the end of the day, you're taking on more work. You got to go guest bartend, and you have to show up tonight, and you do have to reach out to your network of people and even maybe pull from some of your own resources and say, we care enough about the Palace Theatre to take the time to give back like this. Why was this a yes for you?
Well, I think that this is really up our alley. We do a lot. She's a real estate agent, and she and her team, who's here tonight, they do a ton of stuff with the community. This is just a kind of a natural extension of what we do on a daily basis. So it really was pretty easy yes for us.
I love that. Your thoughts too? I love that.
Yeah. So we're grateful to kind of have that reputation in the community, and I think we are able to step in and help when others need it, and I think we were saying, hey, now we need some to go to this great cause, and so I think the reason we were maybe nominated was because they've seen kind of a decent stretch of
you guys doing this
who
already,
we know, and
that's
that
awesome.
kind of thing. So we absolutely did that. He talked to his company and his coworkers. We talked to lenders, title companies, inspectors. Like we did everything we could, and then just did our best.
That is awesome.
I applaud you guys
you
for that.
speak so humble, but I know that you are
guys
out.
must have done
you
something.
You're making strides in the community, and again, like, for them to nominate you, and you said, I have no idea why they did, but obviously because, again, you are obviously somebody in the community that is doing the work, right? So thank you for doing this work.
Thank you both so much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much, and good luck on your TikTok career. I understand somebody around here is doing some TikToking for them. I don't know. I don't know if we're supposed to dance or something to get a part of the TikTok. I don't know if we're going to be famous.
LVT Realty.
You guys heard that. You guys heard that.
What is it? What is the realty company?
The TikTok name
Let's get
is
the TikTok.
LVT Realty.
LVT Realty. Love it.
Yes.
Everybody should be doing short form
Vanderbilt
content.
Team, servicing Stark County, Summit County. We'll go anywhere you need us if you need us.
We love that. We love that. Thank you both so much. We appreciate it.
Thank
you guys so much. You guys did a wonderful job. How fun were they?
That was fun.
They were so good.
You know what? She was trying to say, we do, you are doing the thing.
They are doing
Just
the thing.
say that you're doing
they are
the
doing
thing.
the thing. They're doing it. They're doing it. I love it.
That was fun. That was our first interview of the night. And, we wish everybody good luck. We hope, there's only going to be one winner.
There's only going to be one winner, but everybody wins.
Everybody wins.
Because
I love these kind of events where everybody
wins. Because at the end of the day, you care about the cause that you're raising money for. So I don't think anybody goes home without their Burger King crown and is crying. Go through the Burger King drive-thru later and get you a crown if you need one. You'll be okay. I don't think anybody's crying. But at the end of the day, when you see the expansion of the Palace over the next year or two as they're growing, and we see more acts come to town, more bands, more groups, more comedy shows, more things. Lucas Live. We're going to have a live show there at the Palace Theatre here one day. As you see those things, they can be proud and say, I helped dig the foundation to the expansion. I helped play a part in that, and everybody wins.
Absolutely.
Everybody wins. All right.
I think we're ready for our
have a next couple who are coming on down. Come on down.
I love your dress. You look beautiful.
Now this gentleman right here is someone who we know. He actually has been to our studio with our good friends at CSC. And he's raising money, and he knows a little bit about finance and credit and things like this. So if you guys want to get those things together, he can help you out. Okay. Yes, he can help you out. So if you guys could both tell us your names.
My name's DeAndre Davis.
I'm Lauren Davis.
All right. And tell us why you guys wanted to get involved with this. Other than somebody mysteriously nominated you and you got your arm twisted, why did you say yes?
I'll give you a name. It's Mike Sturdivant.
Mike Sturdivant did it.
He reached out. We go way back, and he texted us in a group message and said, any chance you guys would be willing to do this? And he very much replied and said, I'll defer to my wife to respond. And I said, of course we'll do it, absolutely. So like I said, Mike and I go way back, have done served on boards together for Compassion Delivered, and so he's always wrangling people for a good cause, and of course I'll say yes anytime along with him. So
I love it. Exactly. And then the opportunity to support anything in Stark County, but really in the Canton area. Both of us hailing from the Stark County area, it's great to be able to contribute to something so special as the Canton Palace Theatre, and really contribute to the arts and culture that brings to the city of Canton. So any opportunity.
Speaking of arts and culture, I mean, we have a growing arts and culture community. Why do you think that's important? And why is it important for future generations to have something like the Palace Theatre remain and continue to grow in this community?
That's a great question. I mean, there's a lot of answers to that, but really it just comes down to the diversity that we have in the area. I think that's very important to kind of highlight that, and I think the Palace Theatre does a great job of doing so.
I love that. I love that.
That's awesome. What about you? What do you think about the importance of the arts in our community and just the extension of the Palace? What does that mean? I think for us, Lucas and I are really excited about it. So what is the extension and the remodels? Like, what does that mean?
Well, I think for us, since, like you said, we grew up in the area, we've had that opportunity, right? We've had, the Canton Palace Theatre, and to know it's growing or have the opportunity to grow and to bring the youth, and give them the same opportunity that we had. It's just, for us, it was a no-brainer to just see it grow and still be an option for people, and especially the youth in the community.
And I think it's so cool that you, like what you said, you went there as a child and growing up, and now you guys get to be a part of giving back to the Palace for the next generation. Yes. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yes, it is.
And what were some of the ways you guys got to raise money? Any guest bartending? Any other other things you guys had to light something on fire? I don't know. What else did you guys do?
Fire. You don't want.
Okay. Okay. No fire for them. All right.
But we did a guest bartending. Mike, I said, hey, you pulled us in. We're pulling you in. So he helped us out. We went to the Barrel Room, which was a cool place to go back to. We actually had our rehearsal dinner there, so we loved that place. So we held a guest bartending there, and people showed up and showed out for us, and we always just have a good time. So that was really our main one, and then just reaching out to family, friends, coworkers that just really, it didn't take much because of the cause.
I love that. What was it like for you?
It was great for me. We also did throw together we had a couple baskets donated from some local businesses, and I have a bourbon collection, so I put some bottles out there. We had a little raffle for that as well, and it was really good. And as far as the experience, it was just great. You get a bunch of people together to support a great cause, and it's always a great time.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for your dedication to this tonight. Good luck on winning Prom King and Queen tonight as the honorable fundraisers. Thank you guys both so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Another beautiful couple here tonight raising money, and they just seem just young and vibrant. I mean, because sometimes you're later in your career and later in life, and you're kind of like at a place where you've met so many people. You can look back through your Rolodex. I don't know if you know what that is, but back in the day we used to have these cards and this thing called a Rolodex. I don't know. Anyway, you have all these people to reach out to who have now established in their life, and they're retired and they have money. Yeah. But sometimes you're in the midst of your career and everybody's like, I can't pull out of my 401k and give you money. So for them to do the work that they did, and everybody, I'm sure, to raise money is special.
It is. And like I said, it's so cool, growing up here and experiencing some of the things that we've got to experience. And there's some things that I used to go to back in the day. The Joy Fest is coming back. Yes. There are things that are coming back. But I think it's so cool that we get the opportunity to invest in those things, and then we get to become a part of the legacy, and we get to share stories with our kids and the future generation, and say, it was a part of us to help keep this going and the expansion. And I always think about those, if the Palace, well, they'll see this. So I always think about those stars outside.
Yes.
There's like a year
that they, a walk of fame.
Yes, and there's like a year that they stopped at. And I would so love to see those come back. And I think it would be really cool for things like this, like the Canton Prom and these donors, to be able to have a space on those stars. So if you guys,
because that would make more people want to do it.
Yeah.
Because you can choose me if I'm going to get a star out there forever.
I love walking
in my
down
city.
I have literally walked and read every last star.
So have I.
Like, just, and so if y'all want to bring that back,
I like
you
that.
know,
we're talking
Lucas
to
Live
you.
Media on there.
We can help you out there, right? We can help raise some funds.
But no, I
like that. That's a great idea. Yeah, so and we want to thank again tonight our league sponsor tonight for this red carpet experience. We want to thank IBEW Local 540 for sponsoring this red carpet experience here tonight for you guys. This live broadcast, this is made possible by them here tonight. So we want to thank them so much for making this possible. We want to thank Georgia. We want to thank Mike Sturdivant. We want to thank all of the staff and the board at the Canton Palace Theatre. We're going to keep this thing going. We think Mike Sturdivant is going to bring us some more people.
Going, but
he may not, but you're going to see us go grab Mike live and say, Mike, we're just looking for more people. But here's Mike now. We're going to bring Mike. We're going to bring Mike. How you doing here?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
All right, good.
Good.
And Mike, you're a part of the Palace Theatre. You don't just call people and harass them to be couples. I know you do, but why do you do that? What is your role at the Palace Theatre?
I am on the board of directors.
Yes. And why do you choose to do that?
Because I just love the organization. I think much like you guys, I love downtown Canton, love supporting downtown Canton, and to me, the Palace is just the gem, not just of our downtown, but Stark County in general. I think it's such a great organization, and we're getting ready to venture on a big remodel project, and so it's all hands on deck for all of us, and so Prom and you guys are a big part of that. So we appreciate you guys being here and everybody for supporting.
Awesome.
Love that. Can you give us a little bit of insight into the remodel project? Some of us see fences and dirt and buildings gone. I don't know. You're looking for Georgia. Okay. Well, she's going to give us a little more insight, but you give us a little bit of sneak peek into what's going on over there.
Yeah. So the 100th anniversary is coming up in a couple years, and the remodel project is to help just keep the theater relevant in current times. So the actual theater itself will not change much. Obviously, that's a historic building. But if you've been in the Palace on a sold-out event, the lobby gets a little stuffy, congested. So we're expanding that. And a lot of the work's going to be expanding from behind the stage. So bringing dressing rooms and green rooms up to modern times. Currently, we have to shut down 6th Street for big shows. We'll actually have a loading dock. We'll be installing an elevator. So for the first time in 100 years, we'll be able to have disability seating on both floors. And we're quadrupling our ADA seating for people with disabilities. So obviously when your theater is built 98 years ago, that wasn't something that was thought about. That is very important now.
Yeah.
So that's very important in growing the theater as well. So lots of things to bring the theater up to modern times, be able to keep bringing modern shows. It's really about helping the Palace get to year 200 is our goal, and to keep the theater just in a prime position to succeed for years to come and generations to come.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I love that.
I killed
That's
it, Georgia.
amazing. Yes, no, he did. He
You
sure did.
Georgia.
Listen, we are informed. We know what's
Year
going on.
200.
Now.
Wow.
Listen,
I've never heard anybody
just
say
talked
that.
to two couples, and honestly, they don't know why they were nominated. They just know they got an email, and it
Or
was
Mike
from you,
text them or
and
called
they
them or
have no
something.
idea. So what was
If I
the
got
thought?
your phone number, be on the lookout. I'll probably be texting you next
right.
year.
What's the thought process behind choosing these couples to be prom king or queen?
Yeah, well, we wanted people who are active in the community, who have a good following, obviously, because they're fundraising. You know, so the whole point of this event is fundraising for the Palace and for the remodel project. So you want people that have that ability to be outgoing. We did a lot of events. There were guest bartending events. We did a guest barista event, Holly and Jerica. A lot of events all over the community that just help spread the word about the event and about the Palace, and just get them engaged with family, work, things like that, and just get people who are passionate about the Palace Theater who want to do their part to help us in a remodel campaign.
Love that.
That's awesome.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, Mike, now it's your job to get us more people over here.
Did you enjoy it?
I don't think we did. All right, you're going to sneak them on over. We know Joy and James are coming on over. We know them.
That was really cool.
Yes.
That was really cool insight, too, on what's happening. A lot of us are driving through downtown and we're seeing the construction sites, and we just don't know what's happening per se. We know that the Palace they're getting some remodel, but what does that look like? So that was a really cool inside look on what's really happening in the Palace, what we can look forward to. So that was really cool.
Love that. Shout out to Mike Sturdivant. You guys, everybody knows Mike.
Yes.
We're going to welcome our friend Alex over.
Hello, Alex.
Welcome, Alex. This is our good friend, Alex.
It's going great. How are you?
I'm so good. This is awesome. This is a great event, and I'm so happy to support the Canton Palace Theatre.
Yes. So what is your role here tonight?
Oh, I'm a guest.
Okay.
I love being a guest.
I love that.
That is fun.
Yes, it's a lot of fun. I'm excited to be here and just support Mike Sturdivant and Nicolina and you guys and all our community friends. So.
And talk to them, for people who don't know, talk about your role in the community and what you do.
I work at Goodwill. I work at the Ken Weber Community Campus. Goodwill has 30 mission programs, and that's funded by our retail stores. And I plan events for Goodwill. I plan events in the stores and out of the stores, and I love it. It's such a great job. I love the company I work for.
And we've had the pleasure of working with you, which has been such a pleasure. Yes. So shout out to the Goodwill. We at Lucas Live Media have had the pleasure of partnering with them. And it's awesome that you guys are looking out in the community and looking at community vendors to work with, because that's what it's all about. That's how we grow as a community, is working together. And then you're here at the Palace Theatre. And I know you're often at so many different things and supporting the community. Why is being so involved in the community? Why does it matter to you? It's a Saturday night. You could be doing a million other things. Why is being so involved in the community? Why does it matter to you, Alex?
Well, Canton is important. I love Stark County. I grew up here. I went to Glen Oak, and I stayed in Canton. I went to Kent State Stark, and it's my roots.
I love that.
And I have to get back to it. And I'm going to raise my family here, so I have to build a future for that. So
I love that.
I love that.
I can relate to that in a major way. So Mike just told us about some of the remodels and what's going to be happening inside of the Palace. Is there anything specific that you're most excited about?
I think just growing it, having that opportunity to have more space and bring more people in and probably even better performers.
Yes.
And putting those dollars back into Canton. So I think it's a great project, and I'm very excited to see how it turns out.
I love it. Thank you so much, Alex.
Yes, you're part of what makes Canton so amazing, so great. So thank you. I mean, people like us, people like you, doing the work and giving back to our community because we love it. Just simply because we love it.
Yes.
So
that's what matters.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
For being here tonight and hanging out.
Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you so much. That's our girl, Alex from the Goodwill. She is so sweet, always.
So relatable.
She is.
I mean, we both are, you and me, are both Canton natives.
Yes.
And we love our city.
We do.
We will do, we want to go to all of the
every
businesses.
event. We've been to a million events this weekend already.
Literally.
And we have another one tonight.
One after this.
Yes.
But, we really, with Lucas Live Media, we really structure our business sometimes around the community, around the needs. There's all types of things we talk about at the studio.
Yes.
About how we can give back, how we can get out into the community, how we can even connect local officials, the higher ups, to the people in our community.
Right.
So I just
this is
love
beautiful.
That. It is beautiful.
It is special. Tonight is a special night. We again want to thank the Palace Theatre for making the Canton Prom 2025 happen again. We're so grateful. All right, we're going to have
bring on our next
another couple. Come on down. You guys, come on. You guys, come on into the middle.
Come on. I love
all right.
that
All right.
the tattoos. Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
Welcome. Tell us who you are and what brings you here tonight.
Well, let's start with the real ladies of the hour.
I'm Jerica Thomas, and this is my wife.
I'm Holly Thomas.
Nice to meet you guys.
Love it.
So that's what brings us here tonight.
Love it. And you guys, what fun things have you guys got to do to raise money?
We've done a couple of events. We did an event, Dine to Donate, at Milestone, and another one at Pioneer Coffee. And other than that, it's really social and door-to-door knocking.
Our gym.
I love that.
Did a raffle for us. RTC Fitness did a raffle. So basically anybody we could get our hands on, they became a part of this.
I love that. Yeah. And why are they important? Why do you think they're important?
Oh, they're super important not only as they're raising funds for the Palace, but also we met several years ago when their daughter was a part of a theatrical program that we were doing. So we got to meet their daughter first and then became friends through that. So, and then we did a show. We were together. Yes.
So when you guys talk about a show, what kind of performing arts are you guys talking about?
We love musical.
Yeah, musical theater. Yeah.
Musical theater. So the Canton Palace Theatre is a perfect place to be giving back to. Why does it matter? Talk to us about that.
No, that's just it. I mean, our little girl, like David said, our little girl is 10, and she just shines, and it just builds so much confidence for the young ones. And it gets you out of your element, out of your comfort zone, and you meet new friends, and it just strengthens the community in so many ways.
I love that. I love that. That's so important. I love it. So as you guys think about a thing like a prom, what a cool fundraiser, right? There's a million different ways to raise money, and the Canton Palace Theatre puts on a prom. How much fun is it to get to come out to something like this?
Yeah, so, well, as a board member, we always talk about what are unique ways that the Palace can be set apart from other fundraisers that you might go to in and around Stark County. So having prom and being able to host an event for our entire community to come out and support is such an important thing for us at the Palace. So having prom being unique, fun, and really allows people to just be themselves and dress up for the night, I think is really important to us at the Palace for sure.
You know what? That just made me think of something. You said unique, right? You said you guys want to do things that are unique. Over the summer, you guys did something really unique. There were red balloons all over.
Oh, that was this fall.
Yes,
right around.
All over the city.
Everybody was freaking out.
The newspaper was on it.
They were freaked out.
3:30 to go. What's the balloon?
What is it?
What's happening?
So unique ideas. Whose idea was that? How do you guys think of these things?
So I cannot take credit for that, but that was Georgia, our executive director, and Mike, our other board member. I think was just a unique way to kick off spooky season and the shows that we were showing down at the Palace during spooky season, and it got everyone talking.
Yes, it did. Yes,
so
it did.
I think it did its job for sure.
We were talking.
Oh yeah, the newspaper was when the Canton rep picks it up and was like, "What's happening downtown?"
Yeah.
You know you're doing something right for sure.
Yes.
You guys are doing a wonderful job at the Palace Theatre. Thank you all so much for dedicating your time because it's not easy. I keep joking. People are nominated. You guys were not nominated to sit in an audience and just come up and win an award.
Yeah.
You were nominated to work. And earn some money and raise money for the Palace Theatre. So it matters so much. And we thank you all so much for your time. And thank you so much for being on the board. It matters. Thank you all so much. Thank you guys. Cheers to all of you. Thank you all so much. This is so fun. It's so special.
So fun.
Wonderful couple.
You know what's fun to me? It's fun to hear stories behind things that you're not particularly in.
Yes.
You know, we're not on the board at the Palace.
Yes.
We go to events. We do know, Georgia and other folks over there, but we're not directly involved all the time. So we're kind of we're not outsiders, but when we seen the balloons, we're Mike.
We talked about it on Lucas Live News.
Tell us that. We didn't know.
Yeah.
We had to find out. What was going on. Just like the rest of the city. So Canton Prom and the funny balloons and all these just fun ways to bring attention back to the Palace. But it's so important because, a lot of the times in Canton we kind of just forget things and, we go out to Tinseltown or to, what's the other one called?
It's a Cinemark Theater as well. The Cinemark
we
Bistro.
go all the way out there when we have a theater right here.
Beautiful theater.
And a lot of the times they're playing all types of stuff.
All kinds of good stuff. Classics.
Things for your kids. Things for, date nights.
Yes.
And all
Halloween movies, the Christmas movies. Elf is there every year. Home Alone. Those are classic. Me and Tiff love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you love the Christmas movie. Me and Tiff, we be hyped when we see it.
I like them. I love them. What do you mean?
I don't know if you're much of a seasonal fun person.
Whatever.
Anyway, we hope you will be there. Okay, you're fine. You're right. We're not going to hate on that. Please. All right. So, but they do a lot of really cool stuff. And in the summer season for the kids, when we worked at childcare, we worked in childcare together. We used to take the kids every Wednesday, I think it was, for the summer series.
Yeah.
It was a great thing for childcare centers because you could just drop them jokers off and leave.
No, right.
You did. But you get to buy. See, kids, the Palace, Georgia, they got you. They got you. They got popcorn and everything. Stuff your faces. Be quiet. We're leaving. But no, you could take them there, and they got to sit in that beautiful theater and enjoy a wonderful movie that was kid-friendly. So it was wonderful. All right, I know we have another couple coming up here in just a second. There's wonderful people, and we know these people here. They're coming on down. These are friends of ours. This cool couple. What are they doing? Looks like they have a raffle basket. Come on in the middle. I don't know. Something's happening live here today. I don't know. They're doing something cool. Yes, we get to be a part of something. Pulling a raffle live. So for the people who don't know them, now we know them and love them. Tell them your name.
Joy Robb and
James Waters.
All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And tell everybody why you guys got involved.
Yeah, so the Canton Palace Theatre has been a part of both our lives, across the course of time. And we got married at the Palace. I grew up dancing at the Palace. Our son has performed at the Palace. James has held a film festival at the Palace. So when Georgia reached out and asked us to participate, we absolutely could not say no. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, you can't say no to Georgia PAC says.
It's bad luck.
What I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
It's bad luck for a lot of reasons. She knows some people. All right.
All right. So we got a raffle.
What's going on here?
So part of our campaign in raising funds for the Palace was that for every $20 donation to James and I's campaign, folks would get one entry into a weekend getaway raffle. So we were raffling off a 2-night stay at a cozy cottage in the Pennsylvania Laurel Highlands. And then the winner of this raffle is going to have their choice of either choosing a couple's getaway. So they're going to have a $300 gift certificate to go to this amazing, intimate, private treehouse to have a 4.5-course dinner. Or we are raffling this off as a family package for 4 to go to Idlewild and Soak Zone, which is an awesome amusement park in Pennsylvania. So.
Haven't been there in a while, but I'm leaving the kids. If it's me, I'm leaving the kids. Go for the couples thing, okay? Yes.
Awesome.
Okay, so what do we get to do?
Are we doing this thing live? Are we doing it live?
Yeah. So there's names on these? So Danny, you're going to do this because I don't want to be responsible. My name is Lucas Stendell. Yeah, I don't want to mess this up. Danny's going to choose this. All right. And we're going to see, drum roll, just one ticket. This person either is going to win a family trip to Ottawa or a couple's trip to a cozy cabin in Pennsylvania.
Josh Branch is the winner.
Josh, you get to go to a cozy cabin, or you get to take the family to Ottawa in Pennsylvania.
That's awesome. You're welcome. Thank you. That was so fun.
Now, where did you guys come up with this idea? This is already a unique fundraiser, a prom and all these couples and all this stuff, and you make a unique thing inside of a unique thing. Where did you guys come up with this idea?
It's all joy. It's all joy.
Yeah, that's right.
Joy's been going to Pennsylvania in this cottage for years.
So special thanks to Hope and Slater Robb, my parents, who have an Airbnb for this cottage. So they generously donated the stay, and then we were like, you know what? It's such a fantastic place. There's so many things to do in the area. Let's make this a package for a raffle.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Smart.
So you guys are, you guys talked about the Palace Theatre, and I know the Canton Film Festival, and if you remember, Kareen's trailer was in it. You were in the trailer. You've been on the big screen at the Canton Palace Theatre because of James.
Independent theater screen in the state of Ohio.
Say that again.
It's the biggest independent theater screen in the state of Ohio.
I did not know that, and Danny, you've been on the big screen. You guys may not have known that.
The biggest screen, Danny.
The biggest screen in the state of Ohio. And when you guys think about the expansion, the growth, what the Palace Theatre is doing, why does that matter? Maybe they could have just, firmed up what was already there. Why does it matter that they're doing more? James, when you think about it, why does it matter?
You got to go big or you go home, right? That's what we do in Canton. So if we want the big acts, you want the big places, celebrity acts, they expect certain things. So we need to provide that so we can attract that tourism here. I mean, we already have tourism one weekend a year.
Yeah.
Why not have it the rest of the year?
I love it.
I mean, we should be a hub of a lot of creative things. I mean, you look at guys like yourself out here killing it.
Let's go.
Making something from nothing.
Thank you.
We have the history, so let's make it big and be proud and support the theater.
I love that. Joy, when you think about dance and art and all of those things, how do you see this as being a good fortune in that area?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that I'm most excited about with this expansion project is that Georgia is looking to expand the accessibility of the theater, right? And so when you're talking about things like dance and art and, access is so important. So for the ability for that handicapped seating area to expand. It really provides an avenue for more people to be exposed to the arts in our community.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for coming on the Lucas Live Red Carpet, brought to you by IBEW Local 540. Thank you guys so much.
Congratulations to Josh, too.
Yes, congratulations to Josh. Hopefully we're friends, Josh. You know, if you want to, give me that, whatever.
Got to check the Airbnb
It's all good.
out.
Right. We know Josh. You guys know Josh. Thank you guys so much, and good luck with winning tonight.
Thank
you guys so much. Thank you so much.
So cool.
Such a cool couple.
Okay,
we actually know them and love them.
Yeah,
They're a great couple. They're
After every couple I think I have like a debrief.
Yes,
like,
yes.
So now I feel like it's with the raffle, it's just cool that everybody gets to kind of choose their own little lane and do it. It's unique.
Yes.
Everybody gets to pick something different. And then for them to give a prize to somebody who helped them, that's something Danny would do. Like, if you help me, I'll help you. Like, I send you and do that. Yeah.
And then using their parents' Airbnb to have a resource that they can give away. That is just wonderful. That is wonderful. That's what it means to use your resources. All right. So Mike Sturdivant is getting 50%. Awesome. We're doing good. Things are going well. Our production team, shout out to them. Shout out to Tiff, Ramir, Brandon behind the scenes, keeping things going. We've had a very busy weekend. Shout out to the Strong Family Wellness Weekend that's going on. Officer Lamar Sharp has his children's and adult Easter egg hunt going on this weekend. So many wonderful things going on in Canton, Ohio, and can't forget about the Canton Prom. This is a big night tonight, and we're so excited to be a part of this. It's been a fun weekend.
It has been a fun weekend. I was just getting ready to, as you were naming off all of those things, I think it's just so fun that right here in our little city, where people say there's not much to do, there is
in
so
one weekend
much happening in this weekend. So
all right, hello.
All right,
wonderful. We have another guest. Wonderful. How are you? How are you? This beautiful couple here. Yes. All right. So we're going to start with you guys. Tell us your names. For those out there, we're live here on Facebook and YouTube. Tell everybody your name.
I'm Chip Condi.
Wonderful.
I'm Kathy Wyatt.
Lovely. All right, and you guys are on the board for the Palace Theatre. Tell us why being on the board was something that's important to you, and how long have you been on the board?
I've been on the board.
Oh, it's a long time.
It's like I can't even count them.
It's
10
a really
years.
long time. Same for us.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's a passion. It ends up being a passion.
And it's everything about it is important for the city. Yeah. And I believe in the community, and that's what we're doing here, is trying to keep it alive, keep it vitalized. Things go out and you think, oh, no, that's good. But the Palace is there. It keeps trudging on. So that's why we're there.
It's a constant.
I love that.
It's what keeps downtown going. And so we're so passionate about the new project that's moving forward. And, my term's coming up, and I'm like, no, I have to stay on. I have to see it through.
That.
I have to see it through. Because how the Palace goes is how downtown Canton goes.
Yeah.
People don't realize the economic impact that the Palace has for downtown, and it's amazing. And for Stark County, not just for downtown, but for Stark County. It's huge. I just went to the ballet last weekend. It was Cinderella.
Yes.
Amazing. And it was a sellout, 2 shows.
At the Palace.
Just beautiful.
Wow.
Just beautiful.
That's a huge place to sell out. I mean, that's amazing.
1,500 seats.
That's incredible to sell out.
Well, too, when you think about like a mall, there's an anchor store. Well, that's what really the Palace is to the city.
So
because you can come downtown and you can say, it's one block past the Palace, or it's next to the Palace. People know exactly where they're talking about because it's been here. It's been the constant for almost 100 years now. It's been the constant.
Yeah, 99
Absolutely
years.
Almost
so
100.
I have a business, Carpe Diem Coffee Shop. I had to get that.
And we
there.
love it. We all love it. Yes.
So I know when something's going on at the Palace because the coffee shop is busy.
That's awesome.
That's what happens. It feeds all of downtown. So it's so important, and it's huge.
I think about that. You and your husband Pat, and having a business downtown, and you guys are extremely active with Pat's work with Centennial Plaza and everything. But there's other places to do business. There's coffee shops popping up everywhere. Why stay downtown, Kathy? Why does that
it
matter?
has become a passion for us, and I guess we're just too stubborn to quit.
I love it.
So we've been there.
Other people are leaving
22
for whatever
years,
reasons.
and we live downtown. Like, this is my lobby. I live right upstairs on the 11th floor.
That's right.
So
I forgot about
if
that.
you don't see me in a little bit,
You're
already
just
be
up there
in my
taking a
jammies.
nap.
I'm already going to be in my gym. But
Down in her jammies. We're not sure about
I got
that.
my fuzzy slippers already.
She lives here.
But this is our home. And the Palace is our home, and our shop. It's everything.
Yes.
I'm 74, and this is I was born here. I was born in Canton. So why aren't you? I've got to treat it like it's my own home. I've got to do what I can do to make it as best as it can be. And this is it.
I love that, and that's what a lot of I've noticed a lot of the couples have been saying that they grew up in Canton and they want to give back to the community, to the city, into the Palace, and I think that is just so impactful and so important because you leave behind a legacy, and you're able to say I was able to make a change and I was able to sustain something.
Ownership. You're taking ownership. So the next time somebody comes to see, something at the Palace, a ballet, when I'm not here, but I've made sure that the Palace is there so that they can have that experience. It's everything.
And somebody did that 99 years ago to make sure we have it here today.
100%.
Yes. Now, one last thing. Now, 77, you said, is that right?
74.
74. I'm giving him 3 extra years. Slow it down.
He
wasn't here when the Palace was born. Okay, 74. But I'm guessing because my parents told me so many stories about the Kresge lot and the Kresge building is what it was. The Kresge building and Sears and shopping and things downtown. It was the mall. There was no mall. You came downtown. Talk to me about how important it is that the Palace Theater has sustained through that. You talk to me. This was somebody out there thinks there was always a mall. Tell us first and foremost, there was not always a mall. This is where you came to shop, and the Palace Theater was always here. Talk to us about that.
And I can tell you where Polsky's was. I can tell you where the Harvard was. I can tell you where Parisians was. Stern and Mann's, because that's where you came. And what was nice back then is at 12 or 13, probably 12, you could get on the bus. My mother would let me get on the bus, come down with my friends. We'd go to Kresge's and get something to eat, and then we'd go to the Palace or the Ohio or whichever one it was. We'd go to the Palace to see a movie. The first time I saw The Godfather was at the Palace.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What year was that? So what, 70s the Godfather came out?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. This is a historic part of our community, and they're still serving on the board to make sure that this continues for generations to come. Thank you guys so much for your work. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kathy. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, my
They're
goodness.
wonderful members of the board who are continuing the work for the Palace. Kathy and her husband Pat, her husband Pat runs Centennial Plaza for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and he's always down there on the golf cart cleaning things up, making sure the acts or the people who are renting it out have everything they need from sound to the lighting or whatever. And then they own Carpe Diem, the coffee shop right there downtown, and they've been there for many, many years, 22 years, she says. They live here in the Onesto. They're here. They're serious about it.
Hey, if I lived in the Onesto, I would be coming back down in my pajamas too.
Yes, you would.
I'm telling you right
You'd be
now,
like, all right,
I'll
it's
be
pajama
watching over
time.
there like, hey guys.
I know, right?
But that is really cool though. Even on the Onesto, to live here and the Canton Prom is happening in your lobby. That's cool.
And shout out to Steve Kuhn for redoing the Onesto. The Onesto sat empty for many years, and they came and they remodeled and they brought it back to life, and they sold beautiful apartments here and this event space now, and it's just a wonderful, special space.
Absolutely. This night has been wonderful. You guys can see and hear there was a lot of things going on behind us.
Yes.
We wanted you to see that. We wanted you to see the action and the fun and the memories. They're having a good time behind us, taking pictures. They're having a good old time inside. I hear music in there.
Yes.
So it's a prom happening in there.
Yes.
So they're having a good time. We're having a good time.
And I can see the executive director, Georgia, warming up. I don't know if she's our final guest, but I can see her getting ready. And we're going to have to talk to Georgia tonight before the night is done. If nobody else, we got to talk to Georgia tonight because she's the 22. All right. So we're going to have Georgia come on over. This is the lady behind it all. How are you? If they don't know who you are, just tell them real quick your name and your role.
I'm Georgia Paxos. I'm the executive director of the Canton Palace Theatre.
Love that. How long have you been in your role?
It'll be 18 years in July.
Wow. Georgia, I did not know you started 2007?
2007. July 2007 is when I started.
That's when the iPhone came out in 2007.
Oh my gosh. Don't tell me that.
No, don't do that. Because I keep telling people the iPhones are going to be 18 this year. Don't I keep saying that?
18 years. So it's been an amazing ride, and this project that we're raising money for tonight is really like the crowning moment for the Palace. It's to celebrate 100 years, but to ensure that the Palace will be around for another 100 years. And so this event and this community is so generous, and I'm so appreciative. And we have so much more to go, and I know we're going to pull through with everybody's help.
When you started 18 years ago, did you think you'd be here for the 100th anniversary?
I don't think so. I didn't grow up in Canton. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and so when I moved here, my husband's from Canton. When we got married, I moved here. And then when I started at the Palace, I very quickly, within the first couple of weeks, realized this building means so much to this community, but there is so much emotional connection to this building. And so I started meeting with people, and people would call me up and say, hey, we know you're not from here, but let me tell you what the Palace means to me. Let me tell you what the Palace means to my family. And so that's been the driving force and the motivating force to ensure my kids are born and raised here now, that they're able to bring their kids and other kids are able to come. And so we try and diversify all of our programming so that every part of our community is able to come into the building and experience something inside the Palace. You're always going to remember the first movie you saw in the movie theater. All of those core memories that you have, I want as many of those core memories happening inside the Palace Theater as possible. And that's how I know, like, my work will be, not for nothing, but it'll just be lasting memories for the community.
That is beautiful, number one.
I felt the same way.
And it's just so important. I mean, you've said so much. You're not from Canton, but you listen to everyone's just their desires for the Palace, their love for the Palace. And you took that and you said, I'm going to do something with that. Like, the heart it takes to do that. You really, and I love that the people are able to hear that, because I want to see our community show up and support the Palace more than what they do. And to be able to hear your voice and see your face and know the story behind the person making all of this happen is so important. So important. So thank you for the work that you are doing.
I appreciate it. The building itself was built, the gentleman that gave the money was Harry Harper Inc. He gave $1 million in 1926 to build the Palace. It was known as the $1 Million Palace all across the country. And he gave it for the community to use it how they saw fit. And that's still the driving force between what we do now. It's let the community come in, use it. We're a fully rentable facility. We have nonprofit rates. You can do movies, you can do concerts, you can do so much in that building. We got super creative, and that's what we love. We don't love doing the same thing over and over again. We want super creative events, and so it's a beautiful space. And the Palace 100 project is just going to enlarge that space, enhance that space. It's going to allow for more accessibility in the building. We want entire families to be able to come to an event at the Palace and not have to worry about somebody's in a wheelchair, they can't get upstairs in the balcony, or we have somebody with sensory issues. We have sensory cinema that we started in 2017. We're trying to address all of those challenges that our community has and that our facility has, and this project will answer all of those questions.
I love that. That is absolutely incredible. And so many people have talked about meeting the needs of those who have a disability. We've heard that from so many people, quadrupling the amount of access for that, and the elevator and things like that matters in a day and age where that can be taken for granted. And we can say it doesn't matter. No, it does matter that those people, their needs are met. And I love that you guys are continuing to do that. For people out there who want to support the Palace, beyond tonight, beyond the couples who they could have donated to, and they said, I didn't do any couples, nobody called me and asked me, but I would like to donate or give. How can people give now and throughout the year? And then how can people just support by coming to get some popcorn for a movie or whatever? How do they stay up to date on what's going on with the Palace Theater so they can support just through general means?
So if you go to cantonpalacetheatre.org, that is our organization website. There's also a direct link to the project. The project website itself is cantonpalace100.com. That website, we have tried to make it as all-inclusive as we possibly can, so everybody feels comfortable where they're donating their dollars. You'll see renderings, you'll see floor plans, you'll see a budget, you'll see how much we've raised so far, how much more we have to go. But on the organization side, it has our calendar of events. You can become a member of the Canton Palace Theatre Association, and you get access to the balcony for movies. You get early access to concert tickets. There's lots of benefits to membership. So membership helps our organization. The project donations are strictly for the project. And so we are running dual operations. So we are doing programming and we're staying open and we're staying, busy like we always are. But then we also have this project that we are raising funds for. So we're doing everything all at the same time because we like to keep super busy.
We don't like the rest.
We don't like to rest. We have a lot to accomplish. And I think that's one of the things that I love about this community that we live in. When we put our mind to something, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it right, and we're going to do it for this community. And that's what we're doing.
I love it. Georgia, thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here last year and this year. Your outreach, your support means everything. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're huge fans. We'll continue to be here for you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Georgia. Thank you so much. Thank you. Georgia Paxos, Executive Director of the Palace Theatre. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a special night.
Been great. We have heard so many from so many couples and their stories and the unique ways of fundraising and just making sure that we continue to have a thriving theater in our city. So that is amazing. One thing I love about the work that we do is sometimes I don't think without Lucas Live, for me personally, I would be able to get out and experience this and hear these stories and just hear the sentimental value.
And I don't think a lot of people out there would get to see it. Because we're bringing it to them. Because everybody doesn't get a chance to come out to things like this. And it's such a blessing to be able to bring this to our community via the internet, because it's a place and space where people are now watching and consuming content.
We're doing something cool.
We're doing it. It's very special.
I think we have another interview coming on over. You can come
on over. All right.
How are you? Good. How are you? I'm pretty good. Can you tell No, we're gonna go like this. Just don't take it.
Don't steal our mics. We don't like that. All right. Tell everybody your name and why you're here.
Hi, I'm Ryan Ford, and I'm the vice chair, or actually the chair of the board for the Palace. So just here to support the cause, and it's been a great night so far.
You said support the cause as if it was just, we've been hearing great comments and things from the couples, from Georgia. This work, you guys don't take it lightly. There's a passion behind this. So what does it mean to sit on the board? Why do you sit on the board? Why does the Palace mean so much to you?
Well, I've been coming to the Palace for, 35 years, ever since I was young. And I always just loved the atmosphere at the Palace. So I was part of Leadership Stark County 5-6 years ago. And you do the board matching, and I said I definitely want to be part of the Palace. And so got to meet Georgia, and I've been on the board ever since. So when this project came along, it was just a great opportunity to give back to the community. And we're thrilled where we are from a fundraising standpoint. We still have a lot to do, and it's a team effort. I mean, the board is all volunteers. You've seen probably some of the volunteers here that donate thousands of hours every year, and we just want to do what's right for the community. So
I love it. What have you learned from the inside about the Palace that you didn't know from the outside that others might want to know about the Palace?
Probably the most interesting thing is that it's done with so many volunteer hours. Like, there's only 4 or 5 staff people, and that's how it's been for a long time. So you need to pull in people from the community that want to donate their time to a historic theater to keep it going, to put on events that the community can go to and serve a diverse set of people. So that was probably the most eye-opening thing, is that there's just not a lot of staff, and the ones that work here put in so many hours that you just don't see. So
I love that. Well, thank you so much for serving on the board. Thank you for helping us tonight. You were a part of our team tonight. He served on the Lucas Live Media team tonight as well. Made sure we got in here and got comfortable. We're excited to be doing this red carpet tonight. Canton Prom. What time does this thing go till? Are you guys partying all night?
I think 10:30, yeah.
10:30. They're partying all night, okay? They're partying all night.
Yes.
Hey, come on down, come join, and continue to donate and go to CantonPalaceTheater.org. Is that the website name?
You can Google Palace 100 Project. It'll show up on Google. So, yep.
That's a good way to do it, because nobody goes to the exact.org anymore. They're like, I don't do it. I like that. Google 100. Canton Palace 100. Thank you so much. Thank you. This has been awesome.
Yes,
this has been great. I think we are, yes, all right. Okay, yep.
All right, Lucas, I'm going to let you do this one.
Okay, great. All right. Danny, all right. So we're going to keep things moving. Come on down. Some friends, come on in. We're going to, no, I'll just hold it here. My team is looking at me, asking me what I'm doing. Hi, ladies.
Hi, how are you?
Look how they did that in sync. That was so beautiful. Wasn't that so cool? You guys have been practicing. They've been over there on the side. They were like, we're going to do it all at once. So we're going to do it in sync. All right, so for people that don't know, tell them your name and tell them why you're here.
Sure. I am Courtney Halter, and I am the Vice President of Development for Arts in Stark.
Love that.
I'm Becky DeHart. I am also with Arts in Stark, and I just love the Palace. So here we are.
I love that. Why is it important for you to support the Canton Palace Theatre?
So it's very important for us, especially in our roles at Arts in Stark, because Arts in Stark helps fund operational dollars for the Canton Palace Theatre. So we obviously are here to help support them to bring in as much money as they can this evening. But all of our dollars that we raise during our campaign, which is happening right now, goes out to our 7 major arts organizations, which includes the Canton Palace Theatre.
Right. And I mean, the Palace Theatre, who doesn't have a memory of the Canton Palace Theatre, right? Like, as a kid I think I saw Indiana Jones and the Palace of Doom at the Canton Palace Theatre, and it was like one of my first movies, maybe, if I'm not making that up, but I loved it. I mean, who doesn't? The Palace is a gem, so we're so happy to support it. Yep.
I love that. I was going to ask you your first memory, and you stole the question out of my head. That was really weird. Okay, but that was really cool. Also, at the time, we're just like this. You knew what I was going to ask before I asked it. It was absolutely fascinating. So those memories, I think my first memory was like Peter and the Wolf. I think we came as kids, and I remember, I don't think I saw Peter and the Wolf because I was staring at the sky the whole time. I was like, are we outside? And I was a little mesmerized and a little scared, but it was really cool. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful place, and we wanted to be here. Mike Sturt Event is somebody that we all know and love, or somewhat like a little bit. And he said, we want to have the Palace Theatre here another 100 years. When you guys think about not just the organization Arts in Stark, but we literally think about having arts in Stark. Yes. What do you think about having arts in Stark for another 100 years? How does the Palace Theatre play into that?
Well, just to throw a fact out there for you, in 2023, Canton and Massillon were ranked the 8th most mid-sized vibrant community in the United States. So right there goes to show you we can make it another 100 years, providing all these arts organizations in our community.
Right, and it just shows how much the community values the arts, and it makes your community just so beautiful and special, just a great place to live. People, I think, boomerang back here because of the arts that we have in this community, so it's just so vital that it continues on forever.
Guys, so well said. Thank you guys so much for coming to our red carpet. We appreciate your work in arts, not just the organization Arts in Stark, but for truly being champions of Arts in Stark. Thank you both so much. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. My friends there here from Arts in Stark, making sure we still have Arts in Stark. All right. Okay, yes. Mike's here.
We cannot do a Palace Theatre event without bringing the legendary volunteer, Jay Spencer, on.
Okay.
So we saved the best for last for the interview. Mr. J.
Mr. Jay Spencer, is that right?
That's right.
All right. Jay is a legendary volunteer. How long have you been volunteering with the Canton Palace Theatre?
I hate to say this. Almost 40 years.
40 years. That's almost half the time.
And I'm the palace organist, so that's why most people would know the back of my head as opposed to the front.
I'm standing with the organist, the old-fashioned.
Yeah, the Kilgan Theater organ. Yeah, I am the organist there. I've been there for a long time.
Isn't that like the oldest organ in
the last Kilgan Theater organ remaining in its original home anywhere in the universe?
Does anyone else know how to play that around?
A few do, but yeah, but I only let so many do it. But, but
teach somebody's got to carry this thing on forever now.
That's right. We have to do that, but we do have some people that do fill in, but yeah, it's great. People love it. Canton loves that organ, and that's the big thing, you know.
And you play that, so you're a volunteer, but when you play that for events, is that something you do as a gig, or you're volunteering for everything, or you're just a volunteer on the side, or what do you do?
No, it's a volunteer. Yeah, I love the theater. We give all the volunteers give so much time there, and we all love the theater. And so if I have a chance to play the organ for something, well, for instance, I'm doing a wedding in September at the theater, and so yeah, it's fun. It's a great place. Great place. We love it. That's why we're all here.
That is absolutely incredible. I have seen the back of your head many times, and I've celebrated.
Wow.
And I'm like, yes. I mean, when I see that, it's a big white organ, right?
Yeah, rises up out of the stage.
I'm mesmerized every time I see it. I'm like, this is so cool. It's such a powerful sound. It fills the theater, and I'm like, wow, this is a treasure. It's a treasure inside of a treasure, and you're the guy that plays this.
It was built in 1926, so it's the same age as it was built with the theater. So it's almost 100 years old. And I always tell people, you're hearing the sound that you hear is the exact same sound that they heard in 1926. So it hasn't changed. It's the exact same sound. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's very fun.
Absolutely special. What do you say to the people out there who are thinking about being volunteers for the Canton Palace Theatre? Because this thing has to go on for another 100 years. Somebody out there considering it, what would you say to them?
Well, there's a core group of about 200 people, and we have a great time. We sell popcorn, ticket take, whatever it takes. Yeah. And that group knows each other. We know the people that come to the theater, and it's just everybody's happy. You're coming to a place that's happy, and it's just really fun. It's something and everybody should try it. It's really fun to do. Yeah, it's great.
I love it. Thank you so much for your service to our community. You are greatly appreciated.
Come to the Palace and listen to the organ. May 3rd, I'm doing a silent film. Clara Bow's It. So May 3rd, it'll be at the theater. I'll play for the whole movie for like an hour and 10 minutes. But it's the way they did it in 1926. So if you want to see that, now's your chance.
What date is that again?
May 3rd. Yeah, coming up.
May 3rd. We'll have to be there. Thank you so much, Jay.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you. And what a way to end the show, ladies and gentlemen. The longest tenured volunteer. I've seen him play the organ there. Like I said, it was such a special thing. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, we want to thank our sponsor, IBEW Local 540, for what they've done. We want to thank, I think we want to, hello? Yes. We're going to have one more, okay. No, we only can have two. We're going to have two. We're going to have two because we don't have that many microphones, and we're going to have two. Okay, I think 32 are coming. Okay, it's okay. These are our friends. Okay, they'll just have two talk. But look at all this beauty on this. They just had to come shine for us. If people don't know who you are, this is my friend. Tell them who you are and who you guys, your organization.
Yes, thank you, Lucas. Great to see you and the beautiful Williams sisters.
Yes. Hello.
Oh, hey. I'm Lindsay Zimmerman, and I am founder of Canton Culture Collective. And I have my beautiful friend Casey, who is one of our founding members. And we just love supporting our downtown community. We love all arts and culture. The Canton Palace Theatre is really special. And we came last year to this event, and it's just so much fun for a great cause. So we're really happy to be here.
I love it. And talk to us a little bit about Canton Culture Collective, because you guys are kind of like a support to so many things. You have your thing, but then you're kind of in the background of the Palace Theater and so many other things. Why do you guys exist?
Well, thank you, Lucas. That's a very insightful question. So we formed together. We just celebrated our 1-year anniversary last November. You were here. And we are a group of volunteers. We have about 25 members, and our mission is to inspire, promote, and connect arts and culture in Stark County. And we really serve as a hype team for different events. We want to get the word out, but we really shine where we just connect different organizations and so many people doing great work in our community.
I agree. Just bringing awareness to the arts and culture that, you're in the community, you know about the community. We're looking at the people who don't, who want to come down and really support the culture and the commitment. That's who we are, and we're here, and we're also willing to have a good time. So
I love it. They make this thing they make this whole thing look good too. You know what I mean? They make it shine, and they bring a lot of fun to it. And you guys, and behind the scenes though, you guys are very serious about the arts in the community, and you guys go to events big and small. I think that's so important, and you guys champion it because it matters that this thing continues.
It's inspiring to be in this community, even working with other nonprofits outside of arts and culture. It all works together. That every day, every event, it makes me so proud to be in a community with people that truly care.
Thank you guys so much for coming on. You guys always have to come see me. Thank you guys for always seeing me. Thank you guys for always coming to see us on the red carpet. She has dubbed the Williams sisters. She is the one who has named them. It's not Venus and Serena, it's Danny and Tiff. Okay, but they are the Williams sisters. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys again for being here live with us on the red carpet. This is another Lucas Live Media special. We want you guys to check us out and continue to follow us also at footagefusion.com. Our latest business, Footage Fusion, helps you create short-form content from long-form content or from content and things that you are building in your business or as a personal brand ambassador. We want to help you guys be on TikTok, shoot reels, or on LinkedIn with more short-form content because that's the way of the world for your brand, and we want to help you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the Palace Theatre. Thank you to Georgia, Mike Sturdivant, to all those who were involved. Thank you to my co-host, Danny. Thank you to our team who was here today. We thank you all so much. If you're watching live or by replay, share this with somebody you know, and continue to support the Canton Palace Theatre. Everybody, have a great night.